All right, ladies and gentlemen, today we're continuing with literal equations. This is going to be the third day you're seeing this. Hopefully you're starting to catch on with the literal equations. Remember, you're using inverse operations. So, for example, if I can not move everything, x or multiplication and division are inverses of each other. Addition and subtraction are inverses of each other. So if you need to move something that is being added originally, you would subtract and vice versa. Same thing with multiplication and division. So what we're going to actually do is look at examples today that have all variables. So today we're solving, for this first example, we're solving for the letter P, which happens to be right here. So I need to get that letter P by itself. So in order to do so, the first thing I need to do is get rid of the B. So I'm going to subtract B on both sides. So these two B's have a value of 0. Now I have A minus B on the left-hand side equals CP. Now P is still not completely by itself. Right now C and P are bumped up against each other. So that means they're being multiplied. So in order to undo that, I'm going to divide everything by C. So when I do so, I'm left with P equals, all I'm doing is moving the P to the other side just to make it look more like what we're used to, A minus B over C. Now keep in mind, we can also write those two division problems separately. So we can also have P equals A over C minus B over C. This means the exact same thing, just looks a little bit different. Okay? All right, so hopefully we are on the right track. Now in this case, because there were no values, there's no simplifying we can do. There's nothing. Everything is staying as its variable. All right, so in this case, we are going to be solving for P again. So here's our P. Now, this time, we are going to start isolating P. If you notice, we have a J in the denominator. We need to get rid of basically the fraction. So in order to do so, I'm going to multiply times J on both sides. So what happens here, if we multiply by J and divide by J, this has a value of 1. So I'm left with, on the left-hand side, N equals P minus K. Sorry, that's kind of messy there. Let me fix this. P minus K. P is still not completely by itself. I have that K that's being subtracted, so I'm going to add K on both sides. We still don't have any like terms. Nothing can be combined, so I'm left with J N plus K equals P. This would be our final expression. Of course, P can be moved to the other side if we feel more comfortable with that, but it does not have to be. All right, we're continuing. Now, this one can be a little bit tricky. If we're solving for x, again, we have a denominator. So what I'm going to suggest is treat these two like little bitty packages. So with x plus 2 in the denominator, I need to eliminate that. So I'm going to multiply, I'm sorry, I said x plus 2, I meant y plus 2. I'm going to multiply times y plus 2 on both sides. So y, if I multiply times y plus 2 and divide by y plus 2, that has a value of 1. So I'm left with x minus 4 on the left-hand side. And then on the right-hand side, I have 5 times y plus 2 on that right-hand side. Now we're still not quite as simplified as we can get, so I'm going to add 4 on both sides. So this has a value of 0. I'm left with x equals 5 times y plus 2, and then plus 4 hanging out there. Now technically we can finish here, or we can simplify further by distributing and then combining like terms. So let's try this. So we have x equals 5y plus 10 plus 4. So finally, x equals 5y, combining these two like terms, 10 plus 4 is 14, so plus 14. So this gets us to this. Okay? All right, here's our last one. This one is very tricky because I have an x here and an x here. So what we got to do is think about both terms have x. F and g were both multiplied by x. So how would I undo that? Think about what we do or what we've been doing where everything got a piece. So that's like when you're in class and I give everybody a paper, what did we call that? We called it distribution. So what I have to do here is undo that distribution. So I'm going to take the x and I'm going to bring it out front to show that originally that's where it was, and then I was left with f minus g in parentheses, because think about that. If we have fx, that means it was multiplied by x. If we have gx, it was multiplied by x. So then this equals, for now, h. Now I have f minus g as a package in those parentheses. So just like before, I'm going to keep it a package, but I'm going to divide by f minus g in the. So our final product is x equals h over f minus g. Now we could actually rewrite this, but that's very rare that we see it written differently. So just know that you could split it up into two fractions here on this side, but it doesn't happen all that often. So I'm going to leave it just like this. I hope y'all have a wonderful day, and let's hope this literal equation business is coming together for us.